comfortable. This is so long overdue as well. My goodness. Hey guys, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome, compliments of the new year. I hope that 2020 is starting off great for a lot of you. I know that some of us, we had a rocky start, but God is good all the time, and I'm not just saying that to throw off phrases of God is good. No, God is really great. He has been good in my life, so I have no complaints so far. Welcome back. I'm Nondo Kumete. For those who are new, I'm basically that girl who's just sharing my journey towards achieving healthy, really long, juicy, natural hair. And yeah, join the family, like, share and subscribe. Sorry about that noise. I'm currently recording at work today. So 2020 for me so far has been like really refreshing, and that's just because of my mindset for this year. So this year, outside of God, I want to commit more to myself and my mental health. I wanna have more focus on the now. I feel like I'm constantly planning, I'm constantly trying to achieve, and I'm constantly thinking about the future, that sometimes I don't enjoy the now. So I want to enjoy the present more. And of course, when it comes to hair, I want to focus on a lot of things. I feel like there have been a lot of mistakes that I've made in my natural hair care journey, and when I'm just looking at the goal that I want to set for myself for this year in terms of my hair, I really want to put a lot of focus in my scalp care and my edges. So for those of you who don't know, I've been natural for 3 years and 6 months now. I basically came home one random day and I was just sick and tired. I was really tired. I was tired of how much I attributed my whole entire being towards my relaxed hair. I felt like, man, if I could lose this, I'm nothing. I'm no longer pretty, I'm no longer amazing, no one will even think about looking my way. So when I chopped it off, it was just so liberating. I felt like I was letting go of so much that I didn't need in my life. That moment will always be one of my highlights in my life, because I actually took the step and conquered my fear. And my fear was basically just letting go of how other things could have a hold on me, and for me that was hair. Well, my relaxed hair at that point. So from the time when I first cut my hair up until now, I've just noticed how much of growth and change that has happened in my life. Well, in all aspects, but when it comes to hair specifically, my hair in these 3 years have probably grown its fastest that it has ever been, as compared to the time when I was relaxed. Because when I still had my relaxed hair, I was so convinced Uguti, my hair only grows up until a certain point. I was very convinced. I was convinced that my hair being dry, looking frizzy, that was just a part of my life that I would need to deal with. My hair breaking off in the most horrible manner, I was thinking that's the norm, but it wasn't. So the fact that I wasn't experiencing that anymore, it just really made me feel like, hey, this goal of me reaching waist length, it is definitely possible. So that's my long-term goal. For those who are new to the party, my long-term goal is for me, this 4C natural hair girl, to reach waist length. It's not impossible, because with God, there's a way. But when I also take a look at that period of when I first cut my hair up until now, I also noticed the amount of mistakes that I had made in my hair care journey that I really wouldn't want another person to repeat. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So when I first cut my hair, I was thinking to myself that because my hair is short, it wouldn't need a lot of attention and a lot of effort into it, which makes sense. But now what I was doing on top of that was not only not putting in a lot of effort, but I was also just skipping a lot of steps. For instance, not moisturizing my hair a lot and not understanding the definition of what moisturizing your hair is. My hair would be dry from Monday to Sunday. I wouldn't expose it to any water. When I would sleep at night, I wouldn't use a satin scarf. I wasn't even deep conditioning because all of those things were new to me, man. Like, as much as I was excited about being part of the, you know, the Afro regime, I was also just lazy about a lot of things. Deep conditioning is one of the most important steps in you achieving healthy long hair. And I feel like if I had done that earlier, maybe my edges would have gotten extra time for them to grow healthily. For those of you who don't know, I've really struggled with having great edges. I mean, we're not all the same. You have some people who have the strongest edges in the world. They will do the most tiniest of braids, but when they take those braids out, it's still there. Unfortunately, I'm not part of that percentage, so I need to put in extra care and be extra cautious in the way that I do things in order for me to still have my edges. So yes, I wasn't deep conditioning a lot. I wasn't doing any hot oil treatments because I think that was the time where I was starting to learn the hot oil treatments. But to be quite honest, doing a hot oil treatment isn't that bad at all. It's just you having to convince your body that, okay, we are now doing this and we're going to be doing this specific treatment in this date and at this time in order for you to just get into that routine. So yeah, I was struggling with that a lot. But then after like 5 months or so, I then now started deep conditioning my hair more. I then now started to do the hot oil treatments more, and I then now started to use satin scarves more. But then even after achieving that goal, I had another issue that came with that, which is me still continuing with the method of doing tight hairstyles on my hair. Like, so that set my edges back even more. The fact that I was still doing tight hairstyles on myself, because when I started going natural, that's when I stopped going to hair salons. Hair salons weren't doing me any favor, any benefits at all. They were just adding to the problems that I was already adding into my life. So I wasn't going to those guys, but I was still self-inflicting pain on myself. Even I was still doing those tight hairstyles. Even when I was going to bed, I would tie that satin scarf so tight around my head that honestly now it makes sense why I've been having issues with my edges, because with all of those practices you will have some form of hair loss around your edges or some form of dryness around your edges, and you really don't need that. So that's honestly something that I wouldn't recommend to someone. Be gentle with your hair, especially when you're doing hairstyles, especially when you're tying that satin scarf around your head. Be very gentle. You don't need to be tight, because all you're doing is basically protecting your hair from other materials that might just like pull it off or rip it off. But at the same time, you don't want to put that pressure on your head and not create any form of blood circulation or any form of comfortability in your head. You don't want any tension on your head. You know what, I think lack of moisture would probably be the biggest contributor to the mistakes that I've just made in my natural hair care journey. I wasn't moisturizing enough, but the reason why I wasn't moisturizing enough was because I hadn't educated myself behind the science of moisturizing your hair and the science behind how we moisturize natural hair, especially for type 4 girls. It is different for us compared to other girls who are in other levels of the spectrum. Type 4 girls, we need to moisturize our hair differently. I wasn't understanding the importance of your lock methods or your LCO methods or your LC methods or your LO methods. You need to understand that fully. it's no use having to slap around words like, yeah, I do the LCO, when you don't even know what LCO stands for and why it's in the order that it's in. You really have to understand what this really means, because by you understanding what it really means, it sort of like pushes you to be more committed into your hair care routine. Other mistakes that I've made in my natural hair care journey when I first started would really have to be just my overall health. If you didn't know, things like being very active and going to the gym and having a healthy diet and just being in stress-free vibes, man, things like that can really contribute towards you achieving healthier hair. I know that when I first started, I wasn't drinking water the way I used to. If I wasn't spritzing my hair already for that moisture, I wasn't taking any water for myself. So that really contributed towards the fact of me having like super dry hair, because my hair used to be so dry, guys. My hair used to be incredibly dry. And I wasn't exercising, you know, I was just going to work, and to work I'm going home, and that's it. So just that movement alone isn't enough. I would need to add in more extra effort towards having to be active and to have that sweat, because all of that sweat is good. Another mistake that I made in my first year of being natural was just being a product junkie. I'm thinking, let me try this, Auntie Jackie's, come to, this is new. All of that, it really didn't have a good effect on my hair. And not to say that trying out different products is a bad thing. No. Trying out different things to see what works for your hair is very good. That's like the whole point of this natural hair care journey thing. It's all about trial and error. You need to listen. You need to really listen to your hair and what it wants at that time. You can't think that the products you used for summer will be the same for winter. You can't think that your hair won't have different needs for those different seasons. So that's important. But what I was doing wrong was, literally, Monday, I'm trying out this product. Then Tuesday, I'm moving on to the next one. Then Thursday, I was constantly manipulating my hair, constantly exposing it to different things, that it was falling off a lot more than usual. Yeah, it was definitely falling off, I won't lie. And I don't know, man. So all I'm saying is slow down, take your time. Stop touching your hair every day. I used to do that quite a lot, and I shed hair every single day. Like, it was all over my shoulders, legs, and that's just not cute. That's not cool at all. It's embarrassing. Don't do that. Really, maybe take like at least 2 weeks to 3 weeks to a month to test out a product to see how it really works for your hair. If you really know your hair, and you know from that moment that this is not working out for me, then you can change it. But even in the way you change it, just make sure that there's a gap at least in the amount of times that you change products. You know, just listen to your hair as well. Like, stop trying to force your hair to abide by your instructions. You need to abide to your hair's instructions, and just listen. I hope that even makes sense. Stop trying to force your hair to do things, and just listen to what it actually needs. So a lot of the problems that I've just mentioned, I'd like to believe that a lot of us have experienced them, more or less. But it's just also important for you to also understand that at the end of the day, it's all about having fun. It's all about learning. I mean, you're really just learning so much about your hair that you really didn't even know before. Another mistake that I made in my natural hair care journey is there was a time where I was just exposing myself to a whole lot of information, so much of videos, footage, pictures of all of these different women and men with their natural hair and the products that they were using. I was so lost in that I stopped listening to my hair and what it actually wanted, and conforming it to all of this information that I was exposing it to. So for instance, my hair wouldn't like a certain oil, but because this oil has worked so well for Tasha, even knowing that it wouldn't work for my hair, and I'm still using it because I'm out here trying to convince myself, oh, maybe I just used it wrong, maybe if I just tried this, then this will work. No, I really needed to take a step back and start telling myself that these people are, including myself as well, as I'm doing these videos here on YouTube, we're doing these videos on how these products react to our hair and how we take care of our hair and everything. But I always need to keep in mind that if I want to try this out, I need to keep in mind that my hair has a final say at the end of the day. My hair will need to tell me if it's this or this. And if I know that there's something that my hair doesn't like in this natural hair care routine that this person has, then I can't adopt it because it just won't work for me, and it's okay. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Yes, please just join the family. Let's just grow. Thank you so much to the people who have subscribed already. Like, I'm amazed by how much my channel is growing so far. Thank you so much, guys. Shout out to the girl that I met at Hillbro. Like, that's a girl that I met while I was walking to work, and she's like, I watch your hair videos, is that your hair? She was just amazing. And I remember that specific day I was having such a bad day already. It was really, really bad. So you really just made my day from the bottom of my heart. Whoever you are, please comment, girl. Like, please let me follow you back. Let me follow you back. You're so sweet, you're so genuine. Thank you again for your subscription. And yeah, man, may this channel grow to all the ends of this continent, this world, this universe, like whatever, man. Growth, immense growth and blessings, not only to this channel but to all of you guys. Like, you know, being natural isn't easy. It really, really isn't easy. So all of the growth and the blessings to you as well. May you find just the joy in this whole entire may you find just the joy in this whole entire process. May it be fulfilling and warm for you. And yeah, man, yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.